our channel called Voices of the Future. My name is Eugenia Peresandi and today I'll be the moderator. Let's meet the complete crew.
Hello, I'm Jordi.
Hello, I'm Manuela Montemayor.
I am Fernando.
And I'm Angela.
Right now, we are going to analyze the cultural product by relating it to different fragments, different pictures that back the theory up in order to be able to understand how this theory is present in daily life. We have no rights over the Instagram accounts we will be using, but they will be used only for educational purposes. This is the first fragment we will be analyzing.
This first image reflects Bauman's idea on liquid identity, since people's behaviors towards this product in the image is inclined to follow trends and adapt them into them so they can fit in.
In this image, we can see Drake's Instagram post. The image is showing Timberland boots with the OVO's logo in the top. Drake's trying the boots on, so that means he likes them, therefore people will like them.
We can also see in the comments, for example, Luis Rico 16 says, "Están en otro nivel," meaning it's in another level. Or as Eric Muñoz commented here, "Las quiero neta," which means I really, really want them. These are normal people who probably follow Drake's Instagram page.
If they see these boots on Foot Locker or anywhere on a sneaker shoe store, they will probably buy them. But these are completely normal boots. But just because Drake likes them and wears them, people start liking them and wearing them as well.
Well, this influence into society and this making of people like something just because one single person misuses.
And with this, we can finish the first fragment. See you in a while. Welcome back. Moving on to the next fragment, this image is a screenshot of Mariana Rodriguez Cantu's Instagram story, and she shows recording a bottle electrolyte, which is a moisturizing drink, probably for people that do too much exercise or only need some electrolytes.
She shows and recommends this drink to everyone that sees her stories, and her fans will probably follow her advice because they go buy electrolytes every time they feel dizzy or weak, or every time they go do too much exercise. And as they see their story, see how she's making the electrolytes, they want to be like her and try to adopt.
Well, in fact, Mariana Rodriguez is a big influencer nowadays in Monterrey, Nuevo León. And most of the people that watch her stories follow her advice and do what she says is right. So this affects people's personalities because they try to act like Mariana and even they consume the same thing she does.
A piece of theory that relates to the image is something that Jackson said in Shaman 2013. I quote, "But consumption is also implicated in processes of identity formation, social distinction, and identification, meaning creation and hedonic dreaming." Jackson in Shetman 2013, page 6.
This image relates to Shetman's theory, since people create this idea of how they want to live in a perfect fit life, as Mariana Rodriguez imposes hers on social media, and try to reach it by consuming what she promotes.
This closes the second fragment, and we will be back in a couple of minutes. See you then. Welcome back. Now the third fragment. This is the image of a road with many different paths, with signs showing the viewer to go to different ways.
In a liquid modern life, there's no permanent bounds and any that take up for time that must be tied loosely. So this can be untied again as quickly as effortlessly is possible when circumstances change, as the solely will in our liquid modern society over and over again. This was stated by Bauman in 1989.
In the modern day, life is constantly changing, tendencies, lifestyle, trends, so on.
Perfect lifestyle imposed by mass media constantly changes, and people who mold their path into what they constantly have to change their things to keep up with it, losing themselves in the way. Now, to relate it to how we see this in daily life, here are some pictures of a blogger from Monterrey.
This constant change of trend can be seen in Azul Quijano's posts. She invites people to have breakfast in different restaurants or cafes in a short period of time.
Her first post was posted in January the 14th, and right away on January the 24th, she changed preference and published herself, a picture of herself in another cafe. A little while later, she also published another picture of her in another cafe on February the 13th.
Yeah, and people are left thinking like, oh, where do I go? Where is it good to eat now? And the same happens with products. Like, what should I use? Oh, now everyone has changed to iPhone X. I have to renew mine, but it's so expensive. Like,
I know, right? Like every year people feel the need to renew their phones, their cars, clothes, and like everyone is gonna be poor.
Yes, and it's so sad. Like media creates an irresistible effect in people.
yeah, I know. And this infilic eating doses on people may be seen on the next picture, which we will analyze after a couple minutes after the commercial break. Bye. Okay. And now, moving on to the fourth fragment, we will see how this behavior regarding the need to be up to date with trends is reflected on consumerist people.
In this image, we are able to see how a girl is fascinated with some shoes and she clearly wants them. In the other images, we are able to see some posts from Andy Benavides promoting shoes so people go buy them.
In a consumer society, people wallow in things. Fascinating, enjoyable things.
And he also states, if you define your value by the things you acquire and surround yourself with, being excluded is humiliating. Bauman in 1999.
People seek consummation as a way to define themselves, buying things and using them in order to reflect the identity they want others to see.
Okay, and we'll be back in a while. See you in a minute. Hello. Now moving on to the fifth fragment.
In this picture, we can see how the entire globe is technologically connected, and ideas, trends, and lifestyle is shared through it.
Bauman in 1999 says, we live in a globalizing world. That means that all of us, consciously or not, depend on each other. Whatever we do or refrain from doing affects the lives of people who live in places we will never visit.
The world is connected by trends. They wander through the media and sooner or later spreading and reaching the middle class society.
Well, influencers have a bigger audience by day and their affect society is growing.
In the second picture, it's visible how rich a blogger may have, which means those who follow the influencer are susceptible to his or her ideas regarding lifestyle and consumerism affecting personal identity and its construction.
Yes, and obviously, this reach may be greater and depending on the influencers.
I think, overall, the fragments, the pictures we used, were perfectly connected and appropriate for each piece of the theory.
Yeah, the relation is great, since it allowed us to relate it to our own modern reality.
Yes, it helped us to see the theory applied in our days and daily life.
This way, people may reflect on their own way of living and make society more aware of the effect their activity on social media.
And with this, we conclude the fragments analysis. Goodbye, see you soon.
Thank you.